our questions. Those were kind of the business questions that we had to ask of you. Now I do have some other general questions, but I want to open it up if anybody else has questions that have come up that they want to ask ATL.
Do you have any questions or anyone would like to ask questions?
No one have. Oh, Maria?
I think a lot of us are wondering the same things that we have. We have some questions prepared about the elections and how the elections in Thailand impacted everyone that saw, and just what is the situation like after the elections?
Yeah, you mean election in Burma or elections in Thailand?
In Thailand or Burma, what is the situation like?
The Thailand actually they have the organized the general elections say at the 2019. So right now they are running either new governments, either current governments. But you get to read the new in Thailand the political situations between the generations. We can see the pro democracies, participants, protesters, and also the royalists, the people who support the monarchies. They have very clashes, they have very tensions, because the generation, especially the students, they organize the demonstrations and our gatherings to demand to the current prime minister to resign his positions. But it's never changing right now. Even the parliaments, they are still fighting. The Thai students, they are so clever. They organize the gatherings and demonstrations by using the social medias. Right, the authorities, especially the governments, they are trying to investigate the leaders who are organizing these gatherings and demonstrations. They could not find it. But the people that participate is getting grown up right now, thousands of people at the gatherings, either the country or Thailand. Right now, they are arriving in front of the Ministry of Education, because right now the current government, they are trying to make the laws and hazard the laws for the power, like we can see the hierarchy systems. All of the government, they are able to control all the sectors, economy, education, health. Because the current governments, they care for the ministries. Mostly the top leaders, they are for the ministries. So they would like to interfere in the education sector. So that's where the students, they don't really like. The students should have the freedom of education. Even the university, they should have the autonomy to manipulate the curriculums, to create curriculums, to have freedom of speech. But the current government don't really like it. They would like to control all of this, even the social medias. They don't really open the press. They control everything right now. But they are still the crash. They are still either fighting disagreements conditions. The student, they are still ongoing to fight. But
I have a question.
Yeah.
What are the demands of the students? What do they hope to accomplish? And do you think that they will be successful?
Yeah, it will be successful for sure. the generation Italian is so intelligent. They are they are able to using the social media platforms to share, to contribute the information, to share information very quickly. So their information is reach to the public very quick. Right now, the mostly are the 75%. They are the civilians support the pro-democracy protestings, Italians. We can see the results. It will be changed for the futures. But either grace between the old generation and the young generations, there's varying disagreements. Because mostly the old generation, they are very support the monarchies systems. Their generations, they don't really like monarchies, but monarchy is the funds, the monies, the national budgets. It's not really don't have the transparency, accountabilities by using the monarchy. Monarchy use whatever they use, even the properties and other things in the tenants. So they can manage, they have very legitimacies and power to use any resource in tenants. So the generation don't really where to see it. So that's why they demand they have to change the constitutions to reduce the power of the monarchies. The king, especially the king. You know that the current kings, even though they are the top all leaders of countries, the king of Thailand, mostly he or his the family live in either Germany's, either Western countries. So they don't really live in the Thailand. This is one thing. Even another the democracy concept. The student it turns out the academic aspect. Academy should be free. Even the militaries, they have their role already to protect the countries, to protect the people. No one have the legitimacy, the right to evolve the economic sector and education sector. That's the reason.
Okay,
Even
thank you, ATL, for that explanation.
the gathering, even the primary students, the high school students, and university students, every levels of educations.
It's the future generation, right?
Yeah.
And it's very promising to hear, but on the news, I keep hearing about how the government is cracking down and is going to be firm and is not going to change the Constitution. So I don't know what is going to happen.
For the current ministers, we can say the prime ministers, he is not going to resign his positions. He will keep his position for longer. So right now he says, today in the morning, I got to read the news in the Bangkok Post. He said that he is going to use all the rule or laws, policy, article in the constitution to against the protesters. Because they claim, the government claim now, the protester is trying to destroy the countries. So there's a reasons. But as for me, for my partners, but I'm not involved in the political Italians. The situation is so complicated. I can be arrested anytime. So either the information sharings or already post in the Facebook, I have to be very aware and very careful. So as I'm the foreign people. So I'm support the young generations. As a lot
Okay,
I have,
you have to be careful because what you say cannot go against the king. I learned that lesson, that they can arrest you.
Sure, this
And
one point is a point.
this call is being recorded and uploaded to YouTube, so
Yeah, I don't mention any again the kings. I like the king. I love the kings.
I would like to go on record and say I too like the king, just in case.
Yeah, long guns. Left long guns our kings. But we can move in Burma. So right now the very at the November 8th we hold the general elections. Right now at the national leads democracy, we can see the NLD win the elections 83% over the countries. Actually we can see the 100%, but we also have to consider because the 25% is the parliament is kept for the military. We have to we cannot consider the 25%. 25% is already see the parliament already. The representatives, the delegates kept from military, they are not represents anyone. They are represent the military. No one's like that to see the military. They came to see their own. They 25%. So we can hold the general elections only the 75%. So we can select our representatives, our delegates, either our regions, either our states. Right now we are either post-year elections, but some opposite party, they are still have the question complaints. This election, this general election is not free. It's not engaged like a free and fair elections because they lost. They complain lost. They say that the governments trying to take the votes for the civilians by using the national budgets, because of the current government, because of the communities that affected the community, they use the national budget to assist to provide the families, the family needs, financially, and also the aid, the foods and the financially assisted. So they say the
can I
current
ask a
government.
question here, ATL?
Yeah, sure.